Most expensive sports cards ever sold. Welcome to another episode of All-in-One Luxury. If you enjoy all things luxury, then subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on any of our latest and greatest uploads. These past couple of years has been like nothing else for the most valuable trading cards in the hobby. What mainstream society used to think of as a fun little hobby for children has become big business, with record-breaking sales publicized by top media outlets becoming almost a weekly occurrence. People who grew up in the 80s and 90s who collected as children remember the last time that sports cards were this hot. But the game has changed. Back then, it was mainly Topps baseball cards that collectors were after. Nowadays, basketball is near the top of almost everybody's list, with Panini currently owning that license. However, Fanatics is set to take that license over and recently acquire Topps along with their baseball license. It isn't just basketball that has caught fire, with baseball remaining a major player as well as other sports such as football and even soccer making major moves. Non-sports cards have also been attracting a lot of attention, with Pokemon and Magic the Gathering creating quite a buzz amongst collectors, and even rare cards of celebrities in major media franchises such as Star Wars, Batman, and Marvel Comics cards also bringing in big money. Gone are the days of the simple mass-produced base cards of the junk wax era, as the new chase in the hobby includes trying to acquire rare cards with low serial numbers, autographs, and patches of jerseys that players may have worn during a game. Further, the most valuable cards come graded by an authentication service, giving a score based on the condition of the card from 1 to 10. The leading authentication service PSA was so inundated with submissions that they were froze the hobby's ability to submit cards for almost an entire year, due to an incredible backlog of more than 10 million cards that they simply could not catch up on. They have since worked their way through that backlog and have reopened submissions. This influx of money and increased interest has created fierce competition for the rarest and highest graded cards at places such as eBay, Golden Auctions, and Heritage Auctions. The list of the most valuable trading cards shows just how hot this market has been, as people continue to invest in alternative assets like these. Number 10. Wayne Gretzky 1979 O-Pee-Chee PSA 10, $3,750,000. Some might be surprised to see a hockey card so high on this list, but nobody will be surprised who that player is. There are only 2 examples of this card receiving a PSA 10 grade, so it comes as no shock that it was highly sought after when one of them came up for auction. The same card sold in August of 2016 for just $465,000. And with the hockey market starting to heat up, it will be very interesting to see how much it sells for the next time it hits the auction block. There is also a Topps version of the Great Ones rookie card that is equally rare in a PSA 10 grade, population also 2, which recently sold for $700,000. But the O-Pee-Chee is the Gretzky card that will command the most value. Number 9. Tom Brady 2000 Playoff Contenders Championship Ticket 100 BGS 9 of 10 $3,800,000. The 2000 Playoff Contenders Tom Brady will probably go down as the most iconic football card of all time. This championship ticket parallel, which is limited to just 100 copies, has sold for as high as $3.8 million. Number 8. Mike Trout 2009 Bowman Chrome Superfractor Auto BGS 9 of 10 $3,900,000. This sale, which took place on August 23, 2020, held the record for a short amount of time as the most money ever paid for a single sports card. The one-of-a-kind Superfractor was previously purchased in May of 2018 by controversial social media personality Vegas Dave Oncia for $400,000. Number 7. Babe Ruth 1933 Goudey PSA 9, $4,200,000. The card pictured above is the highest graded copy of Babe Ruth's 1933 Goudey card. It sold last summer for $4.2 million at Memory Lane Auctions, becoming the most expensive card of the Great Bambino. The 1933 Goudey set wasn't printed with the standard 3x4 dimension we see today, so these cards have become very condition sensitive. To see a copy like this one retain its sharp corners and beaming colors 90 years later is astonishing, and this is one of the better baseball cards in existence. Number 6. Patrick Mahomes 2017 Panini National Treasures 1 of 1 RPA BGS 8.5 $4,300,000. Number 6 on our list is quite possibly the best ultra-modern football card in existence. This holy grail of Patrick Mahomes cards was purchased last year by LJ's Card Shop, an Ohio-based hobby store. The Kansas City gunslinger has been a top 3 quarterback in the league for nearly half a decade, and he has the accolades to prove it. If Mahomes keeps this career trajectory up, that $4.3 million sale price might not seem that high in a few years. Number 5. Luka Doncic 2018-19 Panini National Treasures Logoman 1 of 1 $4,600,000. NBA Logoman cards from the popular high-end Panini National Treasure sets are the most sought after in the hobby. This $4.6 million deal was a private sale, with collectors and business partners Nick Fiorella and Beliole Hansen the proud owners of this one-of-a-kind holy grail of Luka Doncic cards. Tied 3. Mickey Mantle 1952 Topps PSA 9 $5,200,000. Simply put, this is the hobby's most iconic card, so we will allow it as the only card on the list mentioned twice. This particular example was purchased by entrepreneur Rob Go, who we had a chance to sit down and talk with shortly after the sale. The same card sold 2 years earlier for $2.8 million. Based on our research, this is the nicest looking 1952 Topps Mantle PSA 9 in existence. Jesse Craig, Director of Business Development at PWCC Marketplace, said via press release. Tied number 3. LeBron James 2003-4 Upper Deck Exquisite Gold 23 RPA BGS 9 $5,200,000. Here we have the King's best card. 2003-4 Exquisite is perhaps the most recognizable rookie patch autograph set of all time, and it's packed with the best cards of future Hall of Famers. Players like LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Bosh all have their best cards coming from this product. This particular BGS 9 copy is serial numbered to 23 and features a 3-color patch. It sold from the PWCC vault in April of 2021, marking the highest price of any basketball card. Number 2. Honus Wagner 1909 Sweet Caporal T206 SGC2 $7,250,000. Before the massive Mantle 9.5, Golden Auctions facilitated a private sale of one of the hobby's most iconic cards. The T206 Honus Wagner is a mythical piece of American folklore at this point. People who have never bought a trading card in their life can recognize this card and recognize its value. Interestingly enough, higher grades of this card have closed for less than the recent $7.25 million sale. An SGC3 copy reached a price of $6.6 million last year, but it would now likely bring around $10 million if it went up at an auction house today. Number 1. Mickey Mantle 1952 Topps SGC 9.5 $12,600,000. Pictured here is the first trading card to sell for 8 figures. Mickey Mantle's 1952 Topps rookie card has cemented itself as a pivotal piece of Americana. While dozens of these 52 Mantles trade throughout the year, none have ever sold that were graded above a 9. That was until August 28th when this SGC 9.5 copy sold at Heritage Auctions. With any high-end collectible piece, there always seems to be an incredible story that accompanies it. This card is no exception. In 1986, Alan Mr. Mint Rosen received a call that put him in contact with Ted Lodge, a truck driver from Massachusetts. After a visit to Lodge's home, Rosen found sealed boxes and untouched cards from the now legendary 52 set. He paid Lodge $125,000 in cash for a lot that contained over 5,500 cards and dozens of number 311 mantles. One of those mint-condition mantles was purchased in 1991 for a mere $50,000 by a man named Anthony Giordano. Recently, it was slabbed up by SGC and hit the auction block in late July. This is undoubtedly one of the best copies of the hobby's most iconic card, and it will remain atop the leaderboard for quite some time. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about the top 10 most expensive photographs ever sold. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you found this video helpful and interesting. See you again soon in the next one.